Deputy Mayor, Assembly Member, Board Member, girls and boys, welcome to this tree planting today. It is a pleasure to welcome you to the Queen Elizabeth Olympic Park to mark International Nelson Mandela Day. 15 years ago, I was lucky enough to be in Hyde Park when 50,000 people gathered to celebrate Mr Mandela's 90th birthday in 2008. I was particularly lucky as I had attended a dinner evening before in Mr Mandela's honour, where the then Prime Minister, a former US President, and the great and the good from film, culture, music and sport paid tribute to him and his works. Mr Mandela himself once said, "What counts in life is not the mere fact that we have lived. It is the difference we have made to the lives of others that will determine the significance of the life we lead." The Olympic and Paralympic legacy here in East London has been all about what we can do to make a difference to the lives of others through housing, education, skills, jobs and improving the environment. It is therefore a great delight for our park and our people to represent London in this worldwide celebration today and to support the legacy of Mr Mandela and the park through the planting of these trees. I now ask Your Excellency to say a few words if you may.
Thank you very much, Mr. Maka, Mayor, Board Member, Assemblyman, and the students and the teachers. I am delighted to be here. I must say the choice of the cause you represent is a great one. We know that trees make a lot of contribution in life. They contribute to our environment. And we are honored as South Africa that you have chosen this particular day to honor a great man indeed. I think we should all agree that he is not just South Africa, that he is a global citizen. And to honor him in this manner, we recall that the Nelson Mandela Day is specifically to honor the contributions that he has made of peace and freedom towards human rights. We are meant to celebrate that in 67 minutes. Now, 67 minutes, the implication of that, I think, for the benefit of the kids as well, is the 67 years that he contributed towards community. Mandela lived for one thing, for human rights, for peace, for the sake of wherever that peace is required, whether it be in South Africa, in Africa. His motto, his mantra was, we've got to make Africa, South Africa, a good place to live. Africa, a good place to live, and the world, a good place to live. So wherever there would be problems, Mandela would be concerned that human rights, etc., are violated. We were extremely honored when the United Nations decided that this day should be dedicated to his memory, his legacy, and that indeed, even long after he has died, he continues to live in this manner, and you are keeping that memory and that legacy alive. Let me just add that the United Nations, the global citizens, did not just end there. It was also decided that a prize would be added, the Mandela Prize, the UN, which is recognized every 5 years. And that is given to citizens, to people who observe and contribute towards the cause that Mandela represented, which is human rights, peace, and freedom. Thank you very much. You really have made my day. And I'm going to write a report, share code, and said I did in London, in the UK, commemorate Nelson Mandela. Thank you for the
Thank you. Deputy Mayor, did you want to say a few words?
Yes, I'll just say a few words. So for those who I don't know, I'm James Astor. I'm the Deputy Mayor of Newham. I'm also the Cabinet Member for Environment, so I'm always pleased to come and plant some more trees. I was extremely lucky about 20 years ago to hear Nelson Mandela speak, and it remains one of the, and I've heard a lot of politicians speak over time, but he remains one of the most mesmerising and inspirational, and he had the ability to talk absolute sense and in big issues whilst mixing it with utter sort of ground down humanity and humour, and I think that mixture of inspiration and humour is something lots of politicians could learn from in our more troubled times. I think his message was always about improving the world for everyone, particularly our younger people, and tree planting and improving the environment is a key part of that. Here in East London we have some of the worst outcomes in health and some of the worst outcomes in environmental measures. It's something that's really important to us at the council to improve, and I know that's also true of our neighbours around the park in Waltham Forest and Hackney too. So it's really exciting to have young people with us from schools, because you are the future, you are going to improve the world, and the one thing I found whenever I do anything around the environment, the people who are most keen and get it are our school children, and so it gives me hope that as we do stuff here, they're going to take it up and carry it away and do more of it. So it's one tree here, but it's one of many we'll be planting, another we're planting, and it's symbolic of this one, but we've got lots of work to do, so hopefully this will encourage other people to involve themselves with us. And thank you to the High Commissioner for joining us. We're all very keen and pleased to see our borough being recognised by visits from important people from other parts of the world as well, and representing other governments. So it's really exciting to have you here today with our young people to plant this tree. So welcome to everyone.
Thank you. Geoff?
All I'd want to add is, I think it was just literally 2 days, just over a month ago, I was in South Africa, acknowledging and marking and celebrating Madiba's 25 years, no 30 years of sport for development. Madiba was a warrior. He overcame his incarceration through the discipline of combat sports and boxing in particular. And I wondered how he was able to compete and exchange verbal justice, inequalities, and all that he was to overcome. But I was fortunate in 1993 to contribute to the New South Africa and his vision for sport. 3 decades on, it is a real and lasting legacy that will see the UN Sustainable Development Goals improve the life chances of young people globally. His political genius was to use sport and the arts as a vaccine and antidote at a time where the world was watching and seeing a racial war possibly begin. But the significance of today at the Olympic Park, Paralympic Park, and almost over a decade of the Games is already something that's inspiring much by way of hope and opportunity for what I know he always loved, with the young people upon which we invest and we sow seeds of greatness. So vision without action is but a dream. Action without vision is merely passing time. Vision with action can change the world. That is the vision mission aim that we're still committed to at the Youth Charter, and I'm proud to be part, as an East End boy, of the ongoing opportunities that this park provides. It's a fantastic tribute, and I'm just very humbled to be here.
Okay, I think we're going to go to the tree planting itself. Mark, who's grabbing a spade?